everybody, it's Matt the Dice Chucker coming to you with another review. Today we're looking at Codex Naturalis. I think that's the full name. Let's go take a look at how it plays, and we'll come back and hear my thoughts. So here we have a game of Codex set up. Now, usually you play this with 2 to 5 players. I just have one so you can see the basic concepts of the game. On your turn, first off, we have resource cards here, which do not have any gold leaf on them. And then, so for example, this looks like a standard card. And then we have one that's got gold leaf on it. So you have resource cards and you have gold cards. Most of the times, gold cards have a specific amount of resources that need to be in play before you play them. So, on your turn, you are going to play a card and draw a card. So, our starting card here is this one. It's got a bell in the middle. That bell resource will always be there. So, this card has 2 bells and a fox. So, I take a look here at my hand. I have a hand of 2 resource cards and a gold card. This gold card will give me 2 points per corner that's been covered, and that's why you have these little spaces. You're going to be covering corners of your cards. So this one, I need 3 bells and a leaf to play. So I think I'm going to play this one. So you take a card and you then place it on one of the corners of your starting card, and it will cover anything below it. So now I have 4 bells and a fox. I would then take any card from the middle. Not these 2. Those are public objectives. But any of these 4 cards into my hand, or I would choose one from either of the 2 decks. I have leaves, so I'm going to want to do that. So this comes into my hand. Now this is going to happen until you reach 20, or one player reaches 20 points. Anytime you see a card like this that has a point symbol in it, when you put that down, let's say I had it in my hand, and I'll cover bell with bell here, so it's the same amount of resources. I would immediately score, push this down a little bit, you're just going to see my microphone. I would immediately gain 1 point. But once again, they all have some different symbols here. So, sometimes you're going to get symbols that are not really standard resources, but they're something else. So when I place this card, so now, let's say I have this. Okay, so when I place this card, which needs 3 bells and a leaf, let's say I place it here because I still have 3 bells and a leaf, I would get 2 points per corner covered by this card. So I'd get 4 points out of that because I've covered 2 corners with it. All right, and like I said, this is going to go on until the end of the game, and then you're going to score your objectives. End of the game is right here at 20 points. Everyone has a private objective they have, but then there's these public ones. So for each of this pattern with leaves, I believe, yes, it's the green cards, you have in this pattern, you'll get 2 points for each pattern you have. And for each pattern you have that looks like this, which is a blue, and an orange, you'll get 3 points. And then I didn't deal myself a private objective. But you'll do that, and whoever has the most points is the winner of Codex. So that is Codex. It is 2 to 4 players. I said 5 in the description. I'm very sorry about that. It's 2 to 4. Designed by Thomas DuPont and plays in about 25 minutes. Now, Codex is an interesting game. I, at first play, almost had the same reaction I had to Caesar's Empire, which is, this is it. I'm just placing cards down. But as the game progressed, and I got to see what was happening in this little game, I got a chance to really understand the depth and the decision-making that you had to do to get the most points for what you're doing. And of course, you do want to surge ahead in points. So getting some of those cards that are like 3-pointers and 2-pointers on your board as quickly as you can is helpful. But what's even more interesting is if you can get those 2 points per corner covered cards and completely able to put it in. Sorry about that. I just wanted to check one thing. You must cover at least 1 corner of the card, and you can't cover 2 corners of a single card, so no clumping on top of each other there. You can only cover if the one that you're covering is open. Otherwise, you can't cover there. And it has this lovely little sheet here. As you can see, you can't do that because it would be 2 of the same corner, and you can't do that because there's no open corner on the one above. All right, but you can cover here. You can at least cover there, and you just won't have any resource in that corner, but you've covered it to gain 2 more leaves. It's an interesting little game. I really didn't think I was going to like it after reading the rules, and I really enjoyed myself. This is a great one to bring on the road. It doesn't take up too much space. I would say make sure that the table is fairly clear before you go ahead and start doing that. But I also think that this, first of all, it used to come in a tin. So those of you who are looking at this and seeing a box and are confused, don't worry. It used to come in a tin. It really has that simple rules, difficult to master idea, and I really enjoy that in games. There's not much more to say about this. It's going to be a short review. A really neat game, and I like that there's a private objective you have, and of course the 2 public objectives, so you have a little bit of mystery with you and your opponent and what's going on. There's not much player interaction, with the exception of trying to surge ahead or crafting a grand plan in the background. So that's Codex, everybody. Codex Naturalis. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so. And then we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.